Welcome, everybody, back to Robocop, Rogue City. When last we left, we were taking on the Vultures. And now, we're going to finish that fight. I hope you're all ready. Oh, wow, the latest save was all the way back there. Okay. That's slightly aggravating, but not majorly. Honey, can you turn that down to medium heat, please? Actually, lower that to a low simmer, please. Yeah, it doesn't actually need to be very high in order to cook that. God, that's loud. No, I did not. I looked all over the counter. I didn't see it. God damn it. Alright. Okay, yeah, I need to go this way. Because it did not save me getting the secret chest. So I'll have to pick that back up. Right in his head, too, damn. Ooh! Meaty. Damn! Was that there after I did that or before? Oh my god.
You're there. That's the quarry. I hope you find Briggs.
I will not stop until I do.
Oh, so you think you're a tough guy, huh? If you really think you got the guts, come on.
Okay.
You'll
Welcome,
love our
Liz.
place in the Northwest. It's the hub of our smuggling operation. And I'm telling you now, there's plenty. And let's not forget the other one in the north. It's filled with them crazy drugs we skimmed off those stupid punks. Now tell me, that's not something that would interest you?
He's clearly prepared an ambush for you. That's why you won't try to go there, right? Right?
Okay, so we now have two side objectives. Destroy the drug stash, and bikers' secrets to collect their incrimination documents. Both of those objectives are past us, it looks like. And we will be doing all of them.
Oh, shit!
Dumbass. The recoil operation I've just noticed is a little weird. There was one by my foot that I somehow didn't see. And it barely did anything. Hi! Hey, Jim! God damn it, Jim! How am I supposed to play Frisbee with you if you blow up the Frisbee? Admittedly, not activating the shield sooner was pretty stupid. But if my gameplay was flawless, I don't think it would look that fun. I'm yet to start gaming today. I played a little bit of V-Rising earlier in order to upgrade my minions. I'm about to go into the silver mines and get them some dark silver and sanguine weapons. And then I'm gonna start reaching for legendary weapons. I really love the quality of life changes in V-Rising. That might be a game I have to stream at some point. It won't be like a lot of my other stream series where I do the whole thing. A lot of shit I will probably do off-screen after I showcase a lot of what you will be doing and why you'll be doing it and how. But... see, that is a PCB board that I did not find. Wow. You actually get an achievement for getting that, or a trophy. You should play an old game called Overlord. I have heard of Overlord. I actually played a fair bit of Overlord 2. Both of those games are pretty decent. They're fun little minion commanding games. They're just silly as hell. And I love them for it. Alright, I am gonna head over here and snag this OCP crate. I might actually have to go back in that building there in order to get at it. If it's where I think it is. Oh yeah, I should have immediately went to my left. Yep. Some OCP crates have recovery charges in them, by the way. You can use those recovery charges to enhance your, or not enhance yourself, but you can just, you know, it's another way to have extra healing. And what I like to do is anytime I find an OCP charge and I'm at max charges, if my health is not maxed out, I'll just top myself off. I don't know why Robocop does that with those. Give me that. I'll take this.
I'll make
What?
a soft pipe out of your
What?
ass. It's gonna be
Did you just say you were gonna saw a pipe out of my ass? Good luck doing that without a face. Damn! That was fucking brutal. I think I shot his weapon and the bullet deflected off his weapon? Or he shot me and the bullet that he shot at me deflected off of him. Or deflected off of me and hit his gun and then hit him. Because that was a weird looking trail.
Space with AstroCorp. After you die, AstroCorp will cremate your body, put it in a capsule and onto a rocket ship. Your remains will be scattered in the vast of space, floating.
Too bad people get mad over its humor and characters. Terminator Resistance. I will be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom after this. My girlfriend requested that because she's never been able to play it without using the cheat codes. And my very first run, I beat the whole game on every one of the story modes without any cheats. So she kind of wants to see how you do that. And then maybe I'll do Terminator Resistance. I'm pretty sure I still have the game. I might have to re-download it, but I'm all for doing Terminator Resistance. Terminator Resistance is a great game. It was a fun title.
Coming.
I'm using the assault rifle to make this a little bit more fair on these guys. Because I've kind of been shit stomping everybody with the auto 9. Technical handbook. Short circuit will set off the locomotive. Oops. Activated my shield by mistake. Okay, so that's how you're able to go back to the train and get the train engine moving if you somehow don't have engineering. I did not know that existed. The way these guys come out of nowhere, it feels like a police academy shooting gallery.
Target spotted. Fuck. This stings like a bitch.
You want to know what else stings like a bitch? That. I'm not standing next to a burning car. Hello, Peebles. How's my Pebbles? How's she doing? Is she being good? She goes, yes, Daddy, I always good. Even when I'm not. Because that's cat logic, and that's how that works. That's not actually how that works. But she is a sweetie. Are you hiding under my chair? Why are you hiding under my chair? Come here. Come here. Alright, let's go inside the building. Whiplash sound effect. Yeah, the train did have something hidden.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Just go through the door. They're ready when you are.
Just... a trap.
You're gonna be our prey.
They threw like 3 fucking grenades in here. You know, I don't think these guys were ready for me. I think you need to do a little bit more preparation.
Someone's
Am I? Am I leaking? You sure you're not leaking? That was just me having fun. There was a way smarter way to do that than I did, and I did not care. Kegger! Oh, it blew up on the ceiling. Didn't even look like it hit the ceiling, clearly. Cock shot. This isn't Deadpool, but cock shot. I just thought I'd show off the grenade launcher because that's a hilarious way to do that. Well, we'll go find out what that train is hiding here in a bit. I know I found the hidden OCP crate next to it, because if you have enough engineering, you can just move it yourself. Everything is exploding in here, and it's kind of great. Robocop does not carry a whole lot of ammo with him.
Get ready to roll. We gotta stop him now. Look out! It's Robocop!
I'm impressed. Good God, that was some shit aim. You gonna kill me? You sure about that? That's not where it looks like from I'm standing. It's not what it looks like from where I'm standing. Jesus Christ, I could not English. The greatest English fail. Think. Think. Think, think. Thanks. There we go, drug stash obliterated. Pebbles, what are you doing, honey? What are you doing? Do you know? Do you know what you're doing? I don't think he does. He goes, Dad, I'm begging for attention. Give me attention. Always when I stream. You always want attention when I stream. Technically, Robocop did the groin shot first. That is true. He has cockshot people before. Robocop has, in fact, performed dick shots on multiple occasions. It's been incredibly fucked up every time. Oh, I almost missed an OCP crate in here. If I could figure out what to wear, we could get out of here. Goes back to wearing the same old shit again. I don't have time for surprises. You are a undead spirit inside of an ancient magic relic, and you are, like, your body is long since turned to dust. Dude, you got time to kill. Technically, you're taking Yugi's time.
Yeah, if anything, yeah, you're right.
I love Yami's tone deafness in that statement. Pretty sure that was bad editing in rewrites.
Cherish the good times while they last. You won't be so lucky with the next one.
You sure I won't be so lucky with the next one? Are you certain about that? Are you 100% sure that you are not about to make a big mistake with that promise?
Oh, thank God. How was it? Was that a risk worth taking?
Yes, it was. It was a risk worth taking. Yeah, I get that. There's a building over here, and I want to see what's inside. Really? No thugs? I'm kind of shocked. And a little disappointed. Oh! I think I went the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, I went the wrong way. I'm pretty sure I just came from here somehow. Somehow I fucked up where I actually came from mentally. That was brilliant of me. Yep, I've definitely been in here before. Okay. I couldn't remember if I had or not for whatever goddamn reason. My brain was like, dude, you need to check this out. And I'm like, but I'm pretty sure I've been in there already. No. Really? Interesting that doesn't explode. So, I hope you guys are ready for, like, the landmine bonanza. Because that's... Okay. Damn! I saw that guy over there right before I fired. And I'm like, wait, what? Frisbee! Frisbee! That would have been dangerous if I wasn't an armored walking cyborg Hulk. Okay, that was awesome. The sound effects in these games are so incredible. So, here's the landmine bonanza that I was referring to. You see that landmine there. There's another one down there. There's a whole shitload of them under the surface of that muddy water. We'll clear that area too here in a little bit. Your friend tried that shit. You really shouldn't. Ooh. Hey guys! Frisbee! Frisbee! That one phased through the world. Shot the grenade out of the air. I'll shoot a lot more than your hand off, Johnny. Robocop is a known cockshotter, alright? I'm just gonna tell you that. It's relevant to your dignity in life and death. Oh look, another stolen handbag. Note with a safe combination. Oh. Hello. His brain matter is all over the goddamn room. That was a pretty visceral kill right there. Holy shit. Look at all this stuff. Look at all that crime evidence. All this fake money, the incriminating documents of smuggling and crap. Let's go get some documents.
Come in! Don't be shy! I've told the boys to give you a proper greeting.
Good! I wouldn't want to get bored.
Let's roll!
Damn! Oh my god! This is so... These guys knew how to do, like, incredibly brutal game effects. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus. Okay, yeah, let's pick up the SMG. That's the most fair weapon I can use. Quote unquote fair weapon. I definitely want to go this way, because if there's any sub-objective in here other than the main one that brought me in, this is the best way to find it. Yeah, I thought somebody shot at me. Bigger. I'm a really bad person.
You're gonna be our prey.
I mean, these guys are the scum of the earth, and I'm just eviscerating them. I killed the guy behind him, trying to blow his head off. Wow. Maybe this SMG is a little more unfair than I thought. I remember this weapon being god-fucking awful. Because I can. Like, literally just because I could. It feels like I have a cheat code on, I swear to God. Buddy, you should instead sit next to gas cans. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that upgrade that neuters grenades, because grenades kind of don't mean anything after you do that. Maybe I should up this to hard difficulty. I don't know if I can change difficulties mid-run. I'm pretty sure I can't. Good stock and destination. Low-grade weapons cases, 30. Trade. Police car wheel trims, 92. Trophy. High-grade weapons cases, 85. Trade. Tires, 78. Reserve. Nuke boxes, 15 to burn, Spike's order. 62 helmets, reserve. 6,000 SUX engines, 14 smuggle. Yeah. These guys don't do drugs. Most biker gangs actually don't deal in drugs. Most biker gangs actually they deal in weapons smuggling or things like that. So it's not surprising to actually see an order from them to burn a lot of stuff. That's drug-based. I can smell that fried chicken, and it smells so good right now. I'm really hungry. And I had breakfast. It wasn't that much, but I still had breakfast. Now, you're supposed to find Officer Briggs' gear, too. I found his squad car. I haven't found his gear yet. Now, I don't have to go this way. That doesn't really help you, as you can see. You want to know why I didn't go down there first? That's why. Oh. There we go. Finally made it through that damn minefield. Now, following Officer Briggs's trail, this is actually a pretty fucked up moment. Oh, there's his gear. This is the room where they recorded killing him. This is the AUG assault rifle that a lot of the police get issued. It's a pretty bad weapon. So, yeah, corpses in
Robocop, your body
freezers.
temperature is very low. Are you okay?
I am in the freezer.
What is a freezer even doing there?
They
Hiding
used it to
their
store
murders.
Briggs' body.
Oh. So that means...
He was not the only victim.
more bodies? That's insane. I'm getting you back up, even if it gets me in trouble.
The only person who should expect trouble is Spike.
They killed all of these people and threw their corpses in the freezer. I now have another reason to violently throttle these men. So in case you were feeling bad about all of these biker thugs that I was splattering all over the place, yeah, don't. These guys are some of the most horrific people you can imagine. They threw his ass in a quarry, hunted him down, and shot him to death. Like he was some kind of
Robocop,
trophy
all
animal.
available patrol cars are coming to support you. I've told them to meet you by the old workers building. According to reports, it's part of their headquarters. And Robocop, I'm sorry it took so long. I hope you can forgive me for the freshman attitude. I was just trying to do my best.
Sniper. Snipers are one of the most threatening enemies in the entire freaking game. These guys dole out a tremendous load of damage, and the biggest problem with the AUG kind of assault rifle here, it's got a nice scope, so you'd think, hey, I could out-snipe them with this. Don't make that mistake. Because this gun has very weak
I don't
damage.
think you get it.
Its recoil control
This
is
city
abysmal.
needs us. We're transforming death and decay into life. That was the deal. I can hear the cavalry coming. I don't know how you did it, but I'll make sure you won't be leaving this place alive.
Yeah, sure. Keep imagining that while you can. A lot of these snipers are using Barrett 50 cals, which is a pretty rock solid high-powered sniper rifle. It's an anti-material weapon.
Shot me.
blew your fucking head off is what I did. Hi. The game teaches you very quickly to learn to look out for snipers by putting a lot of snipers in a lot of positions very fast, so that you will know to look for them from now on. To quote Ishii from Bulletstorm, one sniper means a dozen. If you see one sniper, always assume there's more. And it doesn't, like, in realistic terms, does it actually mean there's a dozen snipers? No.
We cornered the bikers in the mill, but we could use some help. We're at the southeast gate.
Acknowledged. On my way.
Okay. And, the reason why a lot of troopers like to err on the mentality of one sniper means a dozen, I think that mentality actually started in World War II, because there were a lot of soldiers that, on the Russian front against the Germans, like, literally all you did all day was fight other snipers. That was a thing that the Germans did a lot of, the Russians did a lot of it. Oh wow, I threw that on top of the roof. That was actually kind of impressive. And snipers are OP in any multiplayer game. That's not true. Snipers are actually ass in almost any COD game. Oh! Hey, look! It's Ed209.
Hey, Robo!
I remember this part now, and I really wish I didn't. I'm going to very suggestively upgrade my, my combat damage a little bit, in fact. Oh, hey, dickhead.
Good, you're here. We're standing our ground.
Not in
The bikers have
Battlefield.
retreated
Yeah.
to the yard behind that big gate. Now, let's decide on the strike team.
I go on my own. No need to risk lives.
OCP has supplied us with an Ed 209. Maybe you could make use of it, even if it is just for cover.
Robocop, can I have a moment of your time?
Can you leave him alone, lady? You caused him enough trouble already.
Hey, I just want the people to know what's going on in their city.
Can't say she isn't good at what she does. She got here before us. Anyway, it's up to you. If you need a bit of time to speak with her or wrap up anything else around here, it's not a problem. Those bikers aren't going anywhere. But if you're ready to go, Ed 209 is here for your support. Just say the word.
So that
more
sequence,
time.
when he said, if you're ready to go in now, you can, or if you're ready
Hey,
to go
just
wrap
spare me a
something else
second.
up, you can. That's the game trying to tell you, hey, before you do this, you might want to go clear any side objectives you missed. Ed 209, error, dumbass. Actually,
Thank
Manson's
you for
not an
coming
asshole.
over.
I like Manson.
Could you tell the Channel 9 viewers what you're struggling with here today?
Are you looking for more footage of me malfunctioning?
Don't think poorly of me for recording that. People want to see how their hero's holding up.
I am just a police officer.
Modesty. A rare feature in this city. I'm not against you. It's the OCP that's my target.
You are a troublemaker.
At least I do it for the truth.
And I do it for justice.
Then we seem to be not that far apart. We had a rocky start, but it wasn't personal. I'm only here to show the truth before others try to cover it up. Don't you think we owe that to the people of the city?
I do. The steel mill is the hideout for the street vultures, a gang of bikers who have committed multiple homicides. They have barricaded themselves in the factory's yard, along with their leader. We are preparing to go in.
Thank you. In that case, I will not hold you any longer, unless there's anything you would like to add.
Do you consider the entire OCP to be corrupt?
Believe me, I really wish someone could change my mind about that rotten den. Who knows? Maybe it can be you.
Have you been following my actions?
You're kinda hard to miss. But the first time when you truly caught my attention was when you sent Dick Jones to his grave. Up until that point, I didn't know you could act against a senior executive. That was something.
Dick Jones was fired.
My duty awaits.
That's how I killed
Of
Dick
course.
Jones. Yeah, that reporter woman is actually a pretty cool character. I will be right back. Should have gotten some of those turkey sticks. Sorry, guys. I haven't eaten anything all freaking day. Well, I have, but
Ready to get this cop killer?
my stomach is really
Their
growling.
time is up. I am going in.
Good luck, Murphy.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of hyped for Ninja Gaiden 4. Requiem I'm a little conflicted on. Excuse me. I don't really know if I care too much for the protagonist, but apparently Leon's supposed to show up again. So, I'm kind of interested to see that. Alright, efficiency challenge. Eliminate more enemies than your competitor to pass the efficiency challenge. Grants additional EXP during Robocop's evaluation. This is not mandatory. If you think that trying to do this challenge will get you killed because you do not have the stats or the difficulty is beating your ass, you don't have to get more kills. Getting more kills just gives you more experience. It's nice to have, but it's not mandatory.
Ed 209 and Robocop fighting hand in hand? I can't wait to see how this goes.
Ed 209 is completely invincible. Do not worry about killing him. Or him getting killed.
Please put down your weapon.
Yeah, this is what happens when I stop trying to play footsie.
Piece of us. Please put down your weapon.
Oh my god!
Way to go, Robocop! Oh, I can't wait to tell everyone at the precinct how you kicked Ed's ass.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. Nigger. They retained the Raccoon City nuke retconned? What? What do you mean retconned?
I'm guessing you're close to catching Spike. Maybe he could lead us to Wendell. If those two struck a secret deal, no wonder Wendell ditched the punks. Anyway, be careful in there. I wouldn't be surprised if that slime had more tricks up his sleeve.
Damn it, I spilled some of my soda. Hun, can I trouble you for a paper towel, please? Shit. I hate doing that. Babe! She's lost her music. What's in the trailer? That's weird. I'll be right back. Hold on. I gotta clean this up. No, you didn't. I needed a paper towel because I spilled my soda.
Sorry, I'm in here. No.
I was gonna say, you are, Huh. I don't think they intentionally retconned that. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt the stream twice now. Ugh. After the way you behave towards me during Duelist Kingdom, yeah, I'll believe that. Yeah, stop me! Come on! It can't be that hard to stop a superpowered cyborg with titanium armor that can resist plasma fire. Wham! Yes, because I'm so easy to kill. Jeez, Spike. How brain dead are you?
There's gotta be a way out of this.
I hope that hit one of those gang members.
It can't end like this.
Why not?
Murphy, you got the cop killer.
You decided to trespass on our turf, and that shit doesn't fly with us.
What's that noise?
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
The situation is under control.
You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Stand back.
I'll do one better, cop. I'm out of here.
You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4,
I said
3,
everything is under control.
1.
Ed,
I am
stand
now
there.
authorized to use physical force. Put down your weapon.
Hey, what's going on over there?
I am under attack from 209.
What? Okay. Let me see if I can help. I'm pretty sure I saw its documentation here in the precinct. Be right back.
Shoot him in that little vent right there that looks like his mouth.
Please put down your weapon.
Okay, listen to this. Apparently, Ed 209 speaker cover is often reported compromised after field duty. Why don't you try making that your target?
That fight is hell when you first have to do it.
What the hell happened here?
Ed 209 malfunctioned.
Is he still alive?
I am afraid not.
OCP sent us a malfunctioning unit. I bet they did that on purpose. And what about the other cop killer? Where did Spike go?
Wherever he went, justice will find him.
Yeah, I'm positive it was intentional, don't worry. The malfunctioning Ed 209, I mean. The retconning of the nuke that hit Raccoon? No. Because that's been canon in, like, every other mainline entry. That feels weird to retcon.
I am looking for a female officer who arrived yesterday with a gunshot wound.
Okay, hold on, Brev. It showed the RPD building? Did it show it post the Raccoon City incident? Because the woman that was in the trailer that's supposed to be the main protagonist that gets helped out by Leon, she is supposed to be the daughter of one of the characters from Raccoon City, from Resident Evil Outbreak. Yeah. It showed it destroyed.
More specific,
okay.
Honey.
Her name is Lewis. She is in a coma.
Ah, second floor. Take the elevator.
My wife. She was with me when they started shooting. I'm sorry. Oh, no. No.
That's the VIP section of the hospital.
But there's so much room in there, and we're all cramped up in this little space.
Sir, please calm down.
This is a creepy fucking admirer note.
Hey, Murphy. She's right in here.
Another visitor? She's in a stable condition. You know, some think that people in her state can hear what's happening around them even if they don't respond. Why don't you try talking to her? Now, I'll leave you two alone.
Hello, Lewis. Allow me to update you on our case. I know you would hate to be behind on the investigation. I found Officer Briggs. He is dead. Wendell Antonowski has the street vultures collecting bodies. His intent is not clear. I opened your present. It helped. Thank you. I could really use your advice, Lewis.
Take the body downstairs.
But there's no more room in the morgue.
Didn't you hear someone stole a bunch of bodies over the weekend?
A corpse thief? What is this world coming to?
Lewis, you always find a way to help.
I'll keep her safe. Don't you worry about her.
What's her blood pressure?
I don't.
I've got
I don't
40
think they
power.
retconned it properly.
Course VFib. Okay, we gotta shock him.
Let's get the ambu bag.
Stand clear. Shock him.
Clear.
All right, no pulse. Let's go intracardiac epinephrine.
Okay, everybody, clear.
Stand clear. All right, I think that's all we can do. Let's call it. What's the time?
6:15.
Memories of him being, like, on some weird levels, somewhat aware, I guess, when he was dying.
Surprise.
I'm guessing you're here about the missing bodies? No one from the police has come to talk to us yet. I suppose you're preoccupied with the living rather than the dead.
Tell me about the case.
Usually, we're pretty packed. There are even some bodies that have been here since Christmas. But a couple of nights ago, someone broke into the hospital and stole 30 of them. It's been a blessing in disguise, really. We've got so many unclaimed bodies that I feel like I'm starting to form relationships with them.
Is there
That's
any
a little
link
disturbing.
between the bodies?
Actually, there is. Our thieves were very picky. All of the corpses had their brains intact. They didn't take a single corpse that had documented brain trauma. I've got to say, they were very thorough.
Anything else?
That's it for me, but talk to the security guard in the lobby. He should know more. Now that I'm looking at you, didn't I work on you? I recognize that jawline.
Oh my god. Didn't I work on you? I recognize that jawline. That comment kind of reminded me of Ducky from NCIS. Love that guy.
Finally. I've been calling you guys for the past 2 days.
What do you know about the disappearance at the morgue?
Sure, I know I'm just a security guard, but I know how you operate. I've seen the shows, so let me break it down for you the way you'd understand. I estimate the incident occurred at around 300 hours. Multiple perps entered the GMH from the east and then proceeded to the BLE. Then most likely used the EFS to get down to the MORGUE.
What can you tell me about the perps?
We caught their leader.
You caught him? Where is he?
Oh, I mean on camera. There it is. Caucasian male, late 40s, dapper dresser, if I can say so myself.
Wendell Antonowski.
That was very helpful. Thank you for your cooperation.
No problem. Just because I don't have a badge or a service weapon or a cruiser and partner or even a bulletproof vest, that doesn't mean that I can't be of help to the police.
I like that guy.
Good to see you in one piece, Robo. Mr. Becker wasn't happy when he heard about your little trip to Highland Park. But between you and me, what you did was quite impressive. Maybe it wasn't an authorized mission, but it can still give us an idea of how your systems are holding up. So, let's see how you did.
I killed an entire army of psychos. I'm doing great. How did I miss an OCP chest? I found literally every chest all over the map. God damn it. Oh well.
Thank you for your cooperation. What's all the commotion?
Thanks. So Ed 209 you might recognize from Robocop 1 as the malfunctioning high-tech automated basically warbot that was designed to be a robotic replacement for police. It never went into mass production because it had a bad habit of malfunctioning, misreading individuals, and getting people killed that did not need to die. As you saw, even when people would put their guns down and put them away, or didn't even have them out in the case of this game, the Ed 209 unit would have a tendency to still read you as armed and blow you away. Glad to see they haven't fully fucking ironed that shit out. It could be that they retconned the devastation of the RPD for specific purposes for the story, but that doesn't necessarily mean they retconned the nuke.
Now. Officer Cecil will gather Briggs' belongings and deliver them to the family. They asked for a small funeral, so I expect everyone to give the family space.
Briggs was one of us. We should at least do something to honor him.
Best thing we can do is get those butchers that did this to him. I want to see everyone in the briefing room in 10 minutes. Now back to work.
Hey, Murphy. You've been to the hospital, haven't you? How's Lewis?
Unconscious, but stable.
She'll pull through. I'm sure of it.
It's time to hold OCP accountable. This can't keep happening.
Relax, Kaplan.
He's not wrong.
How many more of us have to end up in the hospital or a morgue before we do something?
It's like Sarge said, we need to get the guy who did it, so maybe let's focus on that? Speaking of which, there's someone who might know something. There's a guy in the jail that wants to talk to you, Robo. See you later in the briefing room.
Welcome back, Robo. You have a minute? First of all, I wanted to say I'm sorry that I hesitated back at that steel mill. I already filed a report on the incident to Mr. Becker.
Fucking rat.
As I was writing it, I noticed a lot of opportunities to better myself. But considering that was our first mission together, it wasn't all bad, right?
You helped plenty.
Still a long way to go. I've been getting to know different
That was
aspects
a
of
lie,
being a
but
cop, and
he needed
there's
the
one thing
boost.
that I keep underperforming at. Shooting. Would you mind showing me how you practice at the range?
Yes, practice makes perfect. Let us not waste any more time.
You want to go now? Yeah, great. Let's go.
Ah, there's my favorite law enforcement officer.
I'll get to you in a moment. I gotta go teach the kid how to shoot.
I love the smell of this room. Should we start? First, I want to watch you practice. Can I do it now?
No.
That was awesome.
We are not done yet.
Right. This has to be some sort of record.
It is not.
I blew that guy's freaking neck away.
I took so many notes.
Next time, do it quietly. Eliminate distractions. Being overeager is one of them.
Ah, so that's the actual lesson. Now I get it.
Is your service weapon properly prepared?
I was issued this old gun and serviced it according to the manual.
I will try it out.
Sure thing. There you go.
Frankly, I'm surprised a gun this small can fit in his hand.
Huh. Is everything okay?
No.
Your service weapon is broken.
I calibrated it. I did everything the manual said.
It is beyond repair. They must have issued it to you by mistake.
Huh. I don't think that's entirely true. Other cops give me a hard time because Mr. Becker hired me to monitor you. But I guess that's the way it has to be.
A cop must be ready. Get a different gun.
Sure. Thank you, Robo.
Why are you in this cell?
I come here to think sometimes.
I'll talk about that as soon as the
food
narrative
better than
is
in
done
the
here.
soup kitchen.
That is resourceful.
Why, thank you. I try very hard to not try at all. But seriously, I was hoping to see you. I heard what happened to Briggs. After everything he did for me, I'll do whatever I can to help you catch that Wendell guy. He seems pretty good at pitting people against each other. Maybe I'll find some of his dissatisfied customers who'd be willing to talk to me.
It could be dangerous.
You kidding? On the streets, I'm a samurai. Well, with Briggs dead, it probably makes me more of a...
You are not a Ronin.
Yeah, okay. Just remember, if you need anything, I'm your guy.
Alright, let's go to the briefing room. We gotta go get briefed. So we can put on our briefs. I'm not apologizing for that joke. You all can learn to live with that.
Not again. Why am I always the one that has to do it? It's not fair.
Cecil?
What is it, officer?
Huh? I didn't realize I was talking out loud. It's just that I need to hang Briggs's picture on the memorial wall. It's just a lot. Hey, would you be so kind and help me? All you have to do is find Briggs's photo in the database and print it out. Just make sure to hang it straight. Otherwise, I won't hear the end of it from Sarge.
Print Officer Briggs' photo. Honestly, I'm kind of sad RE9 isn't all about Chris and Leon fighting skinwalkers. I don't know why the hell you wouldn't do that. But... Collect the photo. Hang it on the wall. But in terms of the city being destroyed, nuclear warheads, and this is something that I feel like a lot of people do not fully understand. A nuclear warhead does not just magically flatten an entire city when it hits the ground, all right?
I still need to go get his stuff, so I'm gonna take care of the desk, but could you get his belongings from his locker?
Depending on where... Hey, welcome, Liz. Depending on where the nuke actually hit in Raccoon City, the police station could actually be somewhat relatively intact in terms of its structure. Excuse me. It depends on where it was actually... Where it was actually able to make impact is the question. And I don't think they ever showed us where exactly they managed to do that. So the RPD might possibly actually...
Make sure his family gets it.
The RPD might possibly still be partially...
I usually do all of this alone, and it doesn't get
intact.
any easier no matter how many times I do it. But having you share this responsibility with me, it actually helped.
We have not avenged
Thank
Lewis
you,
yet. You missed us taking down the rest of the Vulture gang. And now we just finished collecting the last of Officer Briggs' things. We found him. He's dead, unfortunately. And we're gonna give all of that stuff that's left to his family. And now, to the next entry in the story.
Thanks to Robocop's insubordination, we finally have something concrete.
Yeah, poor guy.
At your service.
Wendell Antonowski struck a deal with the street vultures at Highland Park.
A place where, for some reason, we weren't supposed to go.
Be that as it may, we're on the lookout for anyone from this biker gang. We also know what he's looking for.
Yeah, dead bodies.
Dead bodies whose brains are still intact, to be precise.
Wow, that's even more messed up. Why would he need them?
We'll get to the whys, but for now we need to focus on catching Spike. He's our connection to Wendell Antonowski. Since they know we're onto them, I'm expecting them to be in hiding.
They're not hiding. Put on Channel 9.
What in the hell?
What in
I
the
repeat,
hell?
OCP Bank is being robbed by the notorious street vultures. We'll keep trying to get closer for a better view.
So after I massacred a small army of these guys, their immediate decision was, let's go rob a bank. I love this guy's voice. Which guy, the police officer?
All right, everyone back up.
Or
I want
Robocop?
you all to be at SWAT's disposal.
Sergeant, am I back on the case?
I don't think Becker will give me grief if I let you go save OCP's money. You're reinstated. Everyone, move out!
As if they would have been able to stop me regardless. Oh, the Sarge, yeah. He's got a good voice. The voice acting talent for this game is fucking amazing. This is some of the best acting talent I've seen in a game in a long time. Oh look, more Ed 209s.
Oh, look at that. One of the cops was actually bothered to show up. No need, SWAT's got it covered.
What is the situation?
Vultures came up with the great idea of robbing the OCP bank. They've got hostages, and they claim there's a bomb. They must be crazy to think that OCP will just let them leave with their money.
Was there any sighting of Spike?
Not yet. But I'm sure they wouldn't pull such a stunt without their leader.
What is the plan?
Let me make this clear. It's SWAT's plan. You're no part of it.
Then you are going to need a new plan.
This woman is incredibly stupid. Doing this in the middle of a bank heist.
With this buggy brain of yours, you think you still remember how to put the heat on them scumbags?
I prefer to serve justice cold.
These guys, I would argue, are the hardest challenge in the entire game to be able to be more efficient than.
Contact!
Friend, that was done, boys. Suspect is down.
Push!
Remember that these are OCP corporate police. They're not standard police. They're not going to operate on standard police force. All four of these men are invincible. Do not worry about them. Just worry about killing more people than they do.
Keep moving!
Entrance clear. Well done. Robocop, open the gate for the Ed-209 units. We'll secure the area.
Jeez, Liz, you're gonna miss the whole stream the way you're going. Yeah, but I don't think the nuke actually impacted right on top of the RPD. Like, let me put it into perspective. You've seen how a grenade works, right? Grenades don't just flatten rooms.
I can see your bank job turned out to be quite intense. Ed-209s behave themselves?
So far, so good.
You should be heading towards the vault. It's through the office area.
Again, Ed-209 is invincible here. Don't worry about any of them. Just worry about getting more kills. They will get some of those kills.
that gate in lockdown mode in front of you. Find a way to get past it. Try finding the weakest spot in the wall around the gate and breach through that.
You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Come on, boys. Let's finish up here and show what it means to be a team. They don't stand a chance! Carry on! Now the
Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was, but whatever.
Don't act like you're all that impressive. With all that fancy tech, a brick would know how to shoot.
That is the hardest challenge in the game to beat for efficiency right there. Like, when you throw a grenade into a room full of pillars and shit, the grenade doesn't automatically flatten it. Even a nuke is not going to automatically flatten all the buildings in a city. It's possible that the RPD survived. It's possible, as long as the RPD was not at the center of the blast, that it's not what was destroyed.
From there. It's at the far end of the office area.
Being possible doesn't necessarily mean that's what happened, but it's conceivable, I guess, is the way I could put it. It's conceivable that it survived. Honestly, I feel like it's a little nuts to really want to go all the way back to that, especially considering everything that's happened already. I don't really know if we really want to, like, I don't know why the developers want to go back to Raccoon City specifically again. I guess that's their magnum opus, is what a lot of people consider. In the envelope is the letter I mentioned. Please frame it for me so I can keep it on my desk. I still can't believe our noble founder wrote that letter to personally thank me for 25 years of my faithful service managing his bank. What a great man. Yeah, right. What a Boy Scout.
Your presence here is unauthorized.
So is depriving
Capcom be
thousands of
stupid.
people of a roof over their heads. But OCP doesn't seem to mind that.
Explain.
Delta City. A heaven on earth that OCP plans to build in place of old Detroit? A city of the future where there is no crime or poverty. Do you believe the commercials?
I am working on the no crime part.
Then OCP may become the object of your attention soon. In order to create Delta City, OCP must first get rid of people who live in old Detroit. Now that's a topic I'd rather do a story on than you glitching. OCP offered these people investment in the project. The value of their property would cover the cost of entering the business. The later gains will far outweigh the cost, supposedly.
You do not believe that.
It's OCP. There must be a catch, and I think I found it. The documents say something about additional costs. I believe that's a loophole that OCP placed in order to scam people out of their homes.
That is only suspicion.
And I need time to prove that my suspicion is true. Time and some of these documents I found. If you detain me, the SWAT jerks will requisition them.
You can go, but if you continue to disobey the law, you will be detained.
Maybe I should have treated you more like a police officer than OCP's property. Anyway, the city owes you.
Yeah, no shit,
and I owe
bitch.
you too.
Capcom be stupid. You know, Capcom makes some pretty stupid decisions sometimes, not remaking Dino Crisis. But,
office. Great. Now look for a switch that unlocks the doors that lead to the vault. If I was a bank manager, I would now take the doors behind the desk and turn left. The way to the vault should be open now.
But Capcom has actually, for the most part, been making a lot of smarter decisions than most of the other groups that we've been dealing with. Like, they haven't pulled a Ubisoft, they haven't pulled an Activision, they haven't pulled a Blizzard, they haven't pulled an Activision Blizzard.
We're opening this vault with or without your help, you own that job. What is this intricate device? Shut your fucking mouth!
Stop threatening civilians, you asshole.
Robocop! I knew our founder would send his best.
We're not done yet.
Most corporations still have those guidelines, bro.
I only played dead, so I didn't end up like you, with a bomb strapped to my body.
Robocop, you have to defuse it. The explosion could cause the company enormous losses.
An opportunity for an ambitious officer.
I'll be watching you from a safe distance.
Officer Washington, I am looking at a ticking bomb.
A bomb? Okay, I'm passing you through to the bomb squad.
There is no time. I will need your help to defuse it.
Gosh, I mean, I'll do my best, but just give me a moment. First aid, kidnapping...
Are you looking for a bomb defusing chapter in the police manual?
Found it. First rule, call qualified personnel. Oh, no. Okay, tell me what you see.
Four connectors with different voltage.
What's the highest voltage?
24 volts. 4 cables, green, 2 reds, and blue.
4 cables? Got it.
It is a C4 explosive and seems to be homemade.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect from the street vultures.
Cables lead to the fuse.
Does the fuse appear to be electronic?
Affirmative.
Okay, so they used this kind of bomb before. According to the diagram, you should detach 3 cables. Start from the one with the highest voltage, then proceed down one at a time to the one with the lowest voltage.
There are 2 different color 12-volt cables. Which one do I detach first?
Okay, maybe this isn't the time, but I'm colorblind.
Based on my engineering database, I have determined that the order of detaching the 12-volt cables is irrelevant.
So you knew all along?
I thought you may learn something here.
Okay, then start with the 24-volt connector, then proceed to detach the 12-volt cables.
Pretty sure that's... Pretty sure that's not... what I just... I moved up to the 24 volt and it made me disable the other one.
Depriving my grateful
Dipshit.
Robocop! I knew...
God, first...
Are you...
Oh my god, I have to scan all of this shit again?
4 connectors with different voltage.
What's the highest voltage?
24 volts. cables lead to the fuse.
Does the fuse appear to be electronic?
Affirmative. 4 cables, green, 2 reds, and blue.
4 cables? Got it.
It is a C4 explosive and seems to be homemade.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect. Okay, so according to the diagram, you should detach 3 cables. Start from the one with the highest voltage, then proceed down one at a time to the one with the lowest voltage.
There are 2 different color 12-volt cables. Which one do I detach first?
Okay, maybe this isn't the time, but I'm colorblind.
Based on my engineering database, I have determined that the order of detaching the 12-volt cables is irrelevant.
So you knew all along?
I thought you may learn something here.
Okay, then start with the 24-volt connector, then proceed to detach the 12-volt cables.
So I went up and tried to detach the green one, and I did not realize the camera automatically decides based where it's placed that you need to take it off that way. Bomb disarmed. Capcom talked a lot about remaking RE5.
Ready to get back to business? 'Cause I need to make a withdrawal. Like, now.
Well, I should really check upstairs.
Nonsense. This is OCP. Money comes first. Now, open the vault.
There you go, sir.
Great. Now out of my way.
What the hell is this? Where is all the money?
Our founder has most of our capital tied up in a very ambitious and resource-heavy project.
I can't believe old man's blowing all of OCP's money on Delta City.
Have some respect, young man.
Arnold's back with the money in the next... We're leaving.
You should be proud to work for such a great man.
At this rate, soon there might be no one left to work for him. See what I'm talking about?
I don't work for you, asshole. They talked a lot about remaking RE5 next. I think the developers actually really want to, but so many people tried to pop up and say, "No, you can't make you can't remake RE5, not the way it was. RE5 is racist." And I'm like, RE5 is not fucking racist. Like, it takes place in the heart of Africa. If most of the infected were not black, it would look fucking weird. Because the heart of Africa, the predominant ethnicity in that region of the planet and that continent is black. So trying to call the game racist because it did what made logical sense only tells me that those people don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they still threw in the occasional white guy and even Hispanic-looking Magini as well. Even though I'm pretty sure there aren't really that many Hispanics in the heart of Africa. But I don't actually know because I've never been there, so take that with a grain of salt. Like, don't take that for gospel. Damn! But, what? Transmission interrupted! I shot the guy with a ricochet that actually was doing the transmissions. God, I love those gory executions. That's visceral as fuck. Also, so far, Capcom has not made what I consider to be a truly terrible Resident Evil yet. Like, Resident Evil 1, I played a little bit of it, it's good. It's not what I enjoy as much in Resident Evil. My very first Resident Evil was 4, and 4 was amazing to me. Resident Evil 2, I played the vast majority of the original. I played the remake.
You're out of the bank already?
Remake, in my opinion, plays better.
I am in pursuit of the remaining bikers. I have followed them into a tunnel.
So that's how they must have gotten here in the first place. It seems they're retreating into the old industrial area. That must be where they've hidden their getaway vehicle. You gotta hurry.
The original RE2 was better written, but the remake, in my opinion, was better designed in gameplay. And RE3, I played the remake of RE3. At some point, I want to get a hold of a physical copy of RE3 that I can play on PS1 so that I can figure out the original RE3, because I've never played it. But I will say this, the remake of RE3, I beat that in a fucking afternoon. I beat the remake of RE3 in like 4 hours. Like 4 hours and 45 minutes. That was they shortened the remake so bad. That was definitely a bad game in that they cut more out of it than they should have. Ooh! Ooh! Got your friend. Damn! This game is so messed up. I'm killing so many of you guys.
Robocop, there's a deserted warehouse nearby. It's the only building with street access in the area, and it's big enough to store their vehicle. It's your best bet to proceed there.
Roger that.
Okay, that truck won't explode. God, I love the sound effects! Oh, that truck will explode, my bullets just only go so far. Breach and clear, motherfucker! Catch that with the back of your head. You guys can't aim. Also, you're not hitting me hard enough. Damn!
I am listening, Creep.
Hey, Jill, not so great in Death Island.
Why did Wendell Antonowski send you here? This was a suicide mission.
We no longer deal with that arrogant prick. We had an agreement. We held our end of it. And apparently it slipped his mind to pay us for our services. Well, that didn't sit well with us. So now we're out to get what we're owed.
The only thing you are owed is a prison cell.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm a vulture. I need my space. I'll see you around, cop.
Jill was fine in Death Island. Death Island was supposed to be taking place right after RE5 chronologically, so she was still dealing with the trauma from that. In RE3, she was fine. I didn't really have a problem with her characterization. The game was just so fucking short that there wasn't much characterization for anybody.
I have pertinent information regarding...
Oh my god, the sergeant!
We'll get to that, Murphy.
Oh my
Right
god!
now, it's time
Liz,
for
tell me
psych
you're
evaluation.
watching this.
Becker will chew my ear off if I don't make sure you take part in it. So go. Dr. Blanche is already waiting in the observation room.
Oh my god.
Once it's over, join us in the briefing room.
His model was wigging the fuck out. What the hell was that? Oh my god. What the hell was that?
Hey, what's the big idea?
Piece of junk taser blew the fuse when I tried to charge it. Robocop, is that you? I can't see anything.
I am standing in front of you, Officer O'Neill. Is there a problem?
Oh, CP skimps on everything when it comes to the police. Fired our maintenance guy to reduce their costs, so now we are literally in the dark.
We need to get the power back on.
I am equipped to deal with such situations.
Follow the cables. They should take you to the fuse box.
The holding cell is up above?
Oh, that's Detroit's shining beacon of hope.
Thanks for the help, Murphy.
Oh, it's my holding cell.
I'm ready for you, Robo.
I'm afraid not.
All right.
Looks like OCP
Let's
is
see
really
what's
coming
cooking
close
under
to
the
hand.
hood.
God knows what they'll
Once
come
I'm
next.
done, he's all yours, Doctor.
Hey, what's that look supposed to mean?
Oh, I missed the bank secrets this time. Yeah, and you lose EXP for not arresting the bank intruder, but honestly, there's no reason to.
Hello, Murphy. Congratulations. I've seen your accomplishment on TV. I hope that I'll manage to remain professional despite sitting opposite a celebrity. How do you feel about being acclaimed as a hero again?
I serve the public trust. I do not do it for fame.
No. Your sense of duty is what drives you, that's clear. I'm sure you'd love to share this accomplishment with Anne Lewis. You've seen her at the hospital, haven't you? How is she?
She is stable.
You cherish that relationship, don't you? She's an important part of your life. Your past life, too.
She is.
Just like your family. You're very protective of your past.
OCP cut me off from my family.
And how do you view their decision to separate you from them?
It was cruel.
To everyone involved, I'm sure. Nevertheless, you still think about them, don't you? What comes to mind when you try to remember your family? I see. Memories can be painful, especially when they're connected to the ones you love. They tend to remind us of what we're missing. The thief that broke into my house I mentioned before? He was my brother. He was an addict who'd come over to steal things to sell so he could buy drugs. As you can imagine, my last memory of us together is not a happy one. But despite that, I still wouldn't want to lose it. It serves as a reminder of how I failed him. And I've been trying to rectify it ever since.
I do not remember my family. I can only feel them.
These feelings, how do they manifest themselves?
As echoes of the past. But OCP sees them as obstacles that need to be removed.
I didn't even hit the button.
And now
that
you're
time.
afraid that they sent me here to convince you they are right?
Did they?
What you need to understand is that regardless of outside influences, my client's well-being takes highest priority. Especially now that I understand how important these memories are to you, I will fight for you in every way I know how. If you let me. I think this is a good place to end this session. Thank you for your honesty. It certainly has been noted. I've got plenty to think about for now.
Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream here, but before I do, I'll go ahead and try and answer as best I can on her, on Rev's feelings with Jill in Death Island. She was rude and bitchy because she was still coming off of being mind controlled by Wesker for years and almost killing Chris and Sheva. At that point, she started to feel like she was a colossal liability. Her characterization as bitchy and rude and mean to her friends actually makes sense because she believed she was a problem. She almost killed the man that she called partner for a long part of her life. And he risked so much just to save her life. And she was barely able to return that favor at all when she used the helicopter alongside Josh to pick him up. Pointing guns at your friend, at somebody you might call brother in your life, is a truly deep-seated traumatizing experience. Jill was aware the entire time of what she was doing and could not control herself. What you don't understand about Jill's situation is that for years, she was a prisoner inside her own body, unable to control, unable to move, unable to speak, and unable to answer unless a malignant, megalomaniacal psychopath gave her the allowance to by talking to her. even then, she was forced to hurt people, kill people, kidnap people, and round them up for inhumane experiments that led to their deaths. Enduring that for years leaves massive psychological scarring. Jill did not deal with that very well. And honestly, I would argue that the one problem I have with Death Island is that Death Island tries to deal with that as a trauma, but doesn't deal with it anywhere nearly deeply enough. Jill didn't go anywhere near far enough off the rails. And she didn't get to go into psychologically what was traumatizing her about what she had to do when she was under Wesker's manipulations. That is not something that I feel like you are looking at from the correct context lens, in my opinion. I understand why you don't like it, and I understand you don't like that they apparently used a look from another Resident Evil property. The outfit that Jill wears in Death Island is basically frame by frame the exact same outfit she wore in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. All you have to do is look at it. So, honestly, I think her behavior actually kind of made sense. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that she didn't fly off the handle. Because Jill makes some reckless mistakes and some action movie stereotype bullshit mistakes that you would expect her to make, but Jill doesn't go completely off the rails and Jill doesn't break down. When you endure trauma like that and it's still leaving marks behind in your psyche, you have to break at some point and snap from the tension that it puts into you. She wasn't snapping. She didn't lose her shit completely, and somehow she was slowly grinding back down to being cordial whilst dealing with a high tensile threat where people could die, including herself and her teammates. That's actually the worst part about Jill's writing in Death Island. My problem with Death Island is that it spent too much time trying to be a horror action thriller and not enough time giving characters room to characterize. Because Jill's characterization in that game, or in that movie, is minimalistic at best. In RE3 Remake, the RE3 Remake was terrible because it was too short. It condensed the experience even more than the original experience already was. And the original RE3 Nemesis was already a short game to begin with. They cut a lot of content out of it that did not need to be removed. In fact, I would argue that content was essential to producing a game that would have had enough length and quality that people wouldn't really have complained very much when it got released if they had put that content back in. Why did they cut that content? Badly rushed development. Capcom's greatest error with RE3 Remake was they rushed the living fuck out of it. Virtually every asset in RE3 Remake was an asset stolen from RE2 Remake. There wasn't really any effort made to make that game look or feel even remotely different. And honestly, I think if you're going to remake another entry in the series, I don't give a damn what your big problem is with that series. I think what you should be doing is you should be putting all of your effort into making it look properly bombastic and properly entertaining. When you cut out a lot of the biggest fights and you basically turn the game into what feels like, from a gameplay perspective, just an extension of Resident Evil 2 Remake, you almost make me wish that you would just turn that into a DLC for RE2 Remake and not actually try to remake a whole game and sell me another full package. Because that game was not a full package. That game was a half-assed package. That game was not a well-designed package. And I could tell. And some of the gore effects that were in RE2 Remake were not available for the RE3 remake when it came to dismembering and ripping apart some of the enemies, which is part of what made RE2 remake such a visceral, believable, feelable survival horror title. And that kind of matters to me. And I understand they didn't really try to make her look different in Death Island. Frankly, I don't think that's a problem. I actually like that because her outfit in Death Island is fine. It's simple, it's practical, it doesn't get in the way of what she's doing, and it feels like Jill. The fact that that outfit is sexualizing her in a combat situation and survival horror situation is part of what I have a problem with about it. There's a long-standing history that people have created, and I hate it, that involves using sex and titillation and combining it with horror elements to try and create a perfect horror atmosphere. Let me make this clear. Showing off naked boobs and having people grind on each other in the middle of a horror scenario doesn't make a good horror scenario. It makes it cheap and trashy. That's what it does. It makes it feel cheap and trashy. And I know that because I have seen tons of slashers over the years, good and bad. Most of them all try to use the sex and violence seller. And I'm sorry, but sex doesn't sell in an environment that should be trying to horrify you. Because I'm not horrified when I see a bunch of teenagers fucking instead of worrying about the serial killer that might be in the area. I'm not horrified by seeing a bunch of teenagers drinking beer and smoking pot. All I can think is, yeah, you guys are all gonna die. And there's no tension anymore because I'm dealing with a circus of idiots. Shit like that looks like garbage, feels like garbage, and it takes me completely out of the horror of the moment. There's no tension whatsoever. Jill's outfit did not make sense, only in the sense that it was not what I would consider practical for a combat zone. And she's been in plenty to know. And she's had good-looking outfits that work really well for her that are combat ready. Hell, the main reason why she was in civilian clothes in RE3 Nemesis is because she was attacked at her apartment. The only other thing that I will raise a major complaint about when it came to RE3's design, aside from drastically shortening its length by cutting a lot of its content that really should have been left in because it would have made it a full-length, decent-sized game, is Jill's Samurai Edge pistol. They destroyed it in her apartment and had her leave it behind in the remake and then pick up a fucking Glock 19 or a Glock 22 or whatever it was. Let me make this clear. A Glock, that's okay for civilian PDF or PDW, personal defense weapon use. It's not what I would want in a survival horror situation. Even though that's basically what the Blacktail handgun in RE4 and RE4 Remake is it's basically a Glock. And the fact that the Samurai Edge was crafted for Resident Evil's characters to have a unique looking pistol in the early games, and then the remake throws that pistol into a fire, basically, and lets it burn at the beginning to replace it with a standardized Glock 19 from a freaking dead cop, kind of ruins it for me. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I'm sorry, I don't like that. Because the Samurai Edge was designed to be a unique Resident Evil gun. Why not just have her use it? Because in the original version of the remake, she escapes her apartment when Nemesis blows it up with that gun in her hand. And she uses that as her main weapon for the majority of the game. Unless you pick up the Eagle pistol, which is only slightly better, and can't use the upgraded damage ammunition. But the Samurai Edge is an iconic pistol, and you shouldn't have just ignored that. And they did ignore that. In fact, they threw it out, and people noticed. A lot of people fucking noticed. When I picked up the Glock, I was like, oh, okay, it's just a Glock, great. When I picked up the Samurai Edge in RE2 and got to use that as a bonus weapon, I was in love. I was like, hey, I get to use a unique, iconic Resident Evil gun. They went through the trouble of making these unique tools and not properly putting them to use in the remake. Now, I can make a video where I have a dissertation and disagreement and agreement system about what I think those Resident Evil films and books and movies and whatnot. Well, I haven't read the books, but the films and the games did wrong that I have played and what they did well. But I'm not a professional reviewer, so I don't really know if that would be an ideal take for me to try and make. If I get comments for that in the future, I guess I could try to do it. But realistically speaking, I think you're not taking into full account when you talk about Jill's behavior being a problem in RE Death Island, just how traumatized she would be. Like, imagine watching yourself drag somebody off to a lab where they get injected with experimental mutagens and turned into a horrific monstrosity, or start to transmogrify and die in the process because their body can't handle the unstable mutations. And then the only thing that the scientist says when that fails is, oh, well, all right, we'll make adjustments, bring me the next one. Imagine seeing how little life mattered in that instance. Imagine trying to fight somebody you cared dearly about in a fight where your body is trying as hard as it conceivably can to kill someone. And you can't stop yourself, and you want to stop yourself. That is a very traumatizing and extremely difficult situation to fathom or be in. I wouldn't want to try and be in Jill's shoes in that instance, because holy shit, I don't know how well I'd come out of that. Like, every part of me I would be looking at as though it was a foreign body. Like, I'd look at my hand as though it wasn't mine after that. I might. Well, at least I think I might. Like, you could snap, you could break, you could do a whole bunch of really dangerous things, and you would probably be doing them to yourself. Putting yourself at risk in isolation from the rest of the people you knew about because you didn't want to risk hurting them because you don't trust yourself anymore. That's what Jill had to deal with. That's the mindset that she's supposed to have. And the problem that I have with Death Island is that it doesn't do enough to put itself in the time stream of this takes place right after RE5, because I believe this movie also takes place before RE6 was supposed to take place. I think it also took place before RE Revelations, or at least Revelations 2, and which is the one that involves Jill. And that's very important because timing matters, so that you can help understand the mentality that a person is supposed to have and how that matters. As far as RE5, if they were to remake RE5, I would think that, and I'm pretty sure they could. The issue is that if they remade it correctly, you'd have activists out the ass trying to piss all over it. Capcom, for the most part, has done a very good job, despite their DEI department, despite their DEI requirements, actually making really good titles, for the most part, that are legitimately fun to play. I don't give Capcom too much shit because when they make a mistake, people tell them and they tend to listen. When Ubisoft makes a mistake, when EA makes a mistake, when Activision Blizzard makes a mistake, when Microsoft makes a mistake, when Bethesda makes a mistake, they don't listen to the people telling them they fucked up. They tell everybody else it's their fault because they don't get it and they walk away. Capcom usually takes their mistakes in stride and goes, okay, I'm sorry, you're right, this isn't what we should have been selling you. And the next thing they release fixes our problems with that. That's kind of how I've always seen Capcom's trend. You know, for every bad mistake they make, they tend to make a couple of really good decisions that feel really nice to deal with. Because they go back to what actually works. They're a company that realizes and knows full well, if the audience isn't happy, the money's not going to keep flowing. And they do their damnedest to make the audience happy. I understand that's a completely non-Robocop discussion to have at the end of the day, but I can segue it into how you do game design correctly. Well, look at Robocop. Murphy is still struggling to deal with the elements of his past because he never truly managed to move on and handle that. And he's doing his damnedest to try to overcome the traumas in his head whilst also still serving the public trust and helping people, because that's all Alex Murphy has left in his life now. Like, he can't do anything else. All he can be is a good cop. And that's all that's left to him. All he can do is try to protect and serve. And that's, to be fair, that's legitimately what he does try to do. And this game tells that story very well, and does that job very well. Most Robocop video games haven't done that very well. Most Robocop iterations after Robocop 2 have not done that very well. Robocop 3 was PG-13 because for some reason, somehow Robocop sold so much toy merchandise despite the fact that it was not a children's film that around the time Robocop 3 and the Robocop TV series started to be something people wanted to consider, they demanded it be a PG experience that was way more friendly to kids. And that's not how Robocop was born. That's not what Robocop was about. And that's not what made Robocop so iconic, which caused every one of these endeavors to fail. Robocop has been in development hell for the last 15 years because nobody until Rogue City really actually understood what made Robocop amazing and was willing to respect it over selling merchandise. I understand making a profit is essential, but if you don't get the core ethos of the character correctly and don't get the core ethos of the world around them done correctly, it's not going to sell and you're not going to make money at all. As for what I'm going on about, Liz, it's explaining something that Rev talked about involving Jill Valentine, and she's a character from Resident Evil. At some point, I might try to stream more of the Resident Evil games that I have eventually, just so I can explain my feelings on those more directly. But for now, I've been Savage Hound Dusk. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when we finish another leg of Robocop Rogue City. Have a great day.